What's up, tubers? How we doing? You know what? So I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio, trying to figure out where to look at on this phone so I can look at you. You can look at me. You can see my room. I'm in another wonderful Marriott property. I love Marriott, by the way. So today, I'm trying to put that right there. Get up here where we can have a little talk. Today was a crazy travel day. Today was one of those days where I spent more time in the airport than in the air, trying to get to Cincinnati to work with some great people and hopefully help them, right? But the interesting thing about today, and this always happens to me, or frequently anyway, is I think about people, I think about life, I think about my life, I think about your life, I think about life in general when I'm traveling. So it was one of those days where, you got to get off this airplane because it's broke. But we're going to put you on another airplane, but we got to move you to another concourse. So we do all that, right? Had to cancel some meetings and had some real understanding people. But I hate doing that. I hate not fulfilling my obligation to people. But we got through it. So got finally to the hotel, got a little opportunity, sit down, get some work done, take care of people, all good. And then, as I often do when I travel, it's kind of Paul time, right, in the room. And I like me some Marriott, really do. Got a lot of points. Love Marriott. They're good people. They take care of me. But I was thinking about, and I thought it was worthy of sharing, is I thought about stories. The power of stories, the power of stories in your life. Classic stories, whether you're watching NCIS on TV or you're watching Disney. There's three elements to classic storytelling, good storytelling. And it's, first of all, characters, right? Or characters, character. You is a character. You're a character. I'm a character. We're all characters, right? So there's character. Then there's conflict, right? We'll talk about that too. And then there's resolution. So any show you like on TV, again, I go back to the Disney classics. Any Disney movie follows that pattern. Any Pixar movie follows that pattern. There is characters, kind of introduce the characters. Life is good. The angels are singing. The wind is blowing softly and coolly, and the flowers are gorgeous. And then comes the thunderstorm and the eruption and the craziness and the chaos. But yet, somehow we pierce through to the light and we get resolution. That's classic stories, right? The reason I was thinking about it, when you're in the airport, I don't know about you, but for me, when I'm in the airport, I do a whole lot of looking at people. And I think about them. I think about what I'm doing, right? Why am I traveling? Where am I going? What is it I'm trying to do? And I'm fortunate because in the work I do, I get to go help people. They're looking for answers, and I'm trying to help them find answers. Not that I know all the answers, it's just that we seek them together. And I'm kind of that agent of seeking, which is really fortunate for me. But looking at these people, I really think about this. I think about, as I watch people, I think about, you know what? I bet they got kids. I bet they got a mortgage. I bet they got kids in braces, maybe kids in college. Maybe they don't like their spouse. Maybe they've not been intimate in years. And maybe they're struggling with finances, maybe health. Maybe they're coping, right? And just getting through it. The zombie mode, as I call it. So I think a lot about people. Characters, right? Characters. And that's an important piece. You are a character, I am a character, and that kind of establishes our story, and there's power in our stories. So then there's kind of that next piece, right, which is conflict. Now, conflict's an interesting thing in that it's where you get your mail. I don't give a dang. I was going to say damn, but I'm going to say dang. What CNN, CNBC, Fox, I don't care who it is. What they tell you is the deal in the world, and we're all wrapped up. We're all, just kind of in this frenzy, this vitriol, hate, and all this horse manure. But really, the conflict is where you live, right? Maybe it's being able to pay your bills. Maybe it's being able to find that job, right? Because you just can't even function in the job you're in. Maybe your kid is having trouble in school. Whatever it is, right? There's conflict. And then the final piece of the classic story is resolution. And the interesting thing about resolution in my mind is if you get quiet enough, and that's why I think about this a lot when I fly. or when I'm traveling, because I'm alone and I'm kind of in my own little space, right? I'm in warrior mode, so to speak. I think about that. And I think about the resolution is really two pieces. Resolution is the hope that tomorrow will be better, right? And that maybe we can become smarter. Maybe we can become faster. Maybe we can learn how not to eat so much or to get a little more exercise or whatever it is, right? There's the hope of resolution. And then the second piece of that resolution is the fact that we have the God Spirit in us that gives us that hope for resolution in the future, right? Or for tomorrow. And I think it's interesting. I think that for me, I want to focus on the story. Not my story, but your story. The power of you, the power of your story. That there are characters. You are a character, and there are characters around you. And life is good. And then comes conflict. And what does conflict mean? And what's that all about? Again, I like to think of it this way. A good friend of mine, a pastor, actually said, it's where you get your mail. And then resolution. Resolution, I've talked about it in another way before, but it's really restoration or transformation. But resolution is there. If we look for it hard enough, we can find it. So what I'm making this video about is really, I think this. When I travel, I think about people. I think about their stories, character, conflict, and resolution. So I would urge you all to think about in your own life, character, resolution, or conflict and resolution, and what that means to you. And you know what? If we all focused on that and we turned off satellite or cable or whatever and got rid of all that crap, and we just got quiet and we thought about what it means to us, we're liable to learn something. So with that, from Cincinnati, by the way, weather in Cincinnati is nice, it's cool, and I love that. Thank you, Cincinnati, you rock. With that, good night from Cincinnati. Peace out.